But Uniqle's not the finish line. So, like, if either Matt Hall or Jesse Holmes decides to take a rest out there, a lot of times, like Kaiser and some of those guys, even Dallas, would rest outside of Uniqle, blow through, and there's a couple cabins outside Shaktoolik, too. There's kind of a way to leapfrog the coast and avoid the checkpoints. And some mushers, like Dallas is an example, do that successfully all the time. So, like, Uniqle's not the end of the race in any shape or form, but I always feel like there's straw, warm water, there's like pizza. It's a good place for a musher or a dog team to kind of recover a little bit, and I think if you leave Kaltag, you're going uphill. So if you're not hauling straw and too much supplies for the dogs, and you have a faster team, you can separate yourself from a pack by doing that run authoritatively fast. Robert Sorley was famed for doing that. Ryan Reddington did it. Both of them won the Iditarod by having a good strong run all the way through from Kaltag to Uniqle without a rest break. In other words, so it's definitely, there's precedent to that being a winning move that separates a champion from the pack that's right on their heels or right with them in the history of the Iditarod. But there's also, examples like Nick Petit, other people who come roaring into Uniqle first and have a fast team, big team, but then they falter on those runs from Uniqle to to Shaktoolik to Koyuk, and then they get passed up by half a dozen or at least a few teams, on the way to White Mountain from Uniqle on that Bering Sea coastal stretch of Iditarod. So Uniqle's not the finish line, but either of them, if Matt Hall or Jesse Holmes decides to stop out there and rest on the way to Uniqle, blows through Uniqle, they can screw with the head of the other guy. Because if the other guy shuts down Uniqle and he's enjoying that pizza and that straw, for the dogs and that warm water, and then another team just comes right and goes right through, then bam, they're in Shaktoolik first, and then they're in Koyuk first, and then it's going to be, tougher and tougher the closer you get to White Mountain. Like I say, to close a gap on someone who's a couple hours, 2 to 4 hours or 6 hours ahead of you. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to judge, how this is going to shake out. I think it's going to be a race for sure between Matt Hall and Jesse Holmes, and I did it out of 2025.